Good morning. It is Stampin' Thursday, third Thursday, Mystery Card Day. And I am so glad that you are looking in to see what's happening today. We are going to make another mystery card. This one is a little different. It's a Funfold card, but it's so easy. And it requires so few supplies. So if you haven't gathered your supplies yet, then you've got time. A colored cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's your base. And then a different color, 4 by 5 1/4. And you need 2 pieces of designer series paper, a 3 3/4 inch square piece, and then a different one that is 5 1/4 by 1 3/8 inches. And you do need 2 or 3 little stamped or die cut or fussy cut images. And the largest should be approximately 2 inches tall. And then a couple of them that are a little bit smaller. So you do need that and that, but you'll have some time during the making process to gather those up. And then 15 inches of ribbon. And I'm looking at my computer and it says I'm not connected. So let me, but I know my phone is connected. So we're good to go with that. All right. But I like to be able to see what you're seeing though, and make sure I'm in the center and that everything's visible. There we are. All right. So we're good to go. So hopefully you have gathered your supplies together and are ready to make this little card. If you're watching the replay, then you'll be able to stop it as you go along. I hope that you'll do it. I hope you'll go all the way through. It won't be long. And I also always put this on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. All right. So I'm going to, I want to drop this down just a little bit, but I don't want to get it out of focus. Well, hopefully you can click on it and enlarge it just a little bit. All right, here we go. That's clue 1. I'm Stampin' Dee Dee with Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love what I do. And I just sit in here and play around, and it relaxes me. Plus, I'm productive making cards that I can send out to family and friends. And I know you enjoy doing that too. If you've not done that very much, then I would love to help you get started. So today is the 15th, and it's free shipping day. All day long today, free shipping with Stampin' Up! And so if you don't have a demonstrator and you want to place an order, I would love to help you with that. And my this is my store page. You can go to this and shop from there. Just click on shop now, or in the search, put what you want. Or you can scroll down to the annual catalog or the mini catalog that is still current. The mini catalog will be going away in just a couple of weeks, but to replace it, we have a new mini catalog coming out with some really cool things in it. So, and celebration starts January 1st as well. So lots of new things coming up, lots of fun things. And I would love to help you with this. You can also look on my website here, and you can message me from here, or my phone number is listed under the info. You can text me. I would love to help you out. All right, let's get started with this. So, clue 2. Adhere the smaller DSP, designer series paper, to the bottom of the smaller cardstock, making sure the edges are even. So you're going to adhere the smaller DSP, the 5 1/4 by 1 3/8 piece of designer series paper, to the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock, the smaller piece of cardstock, and put it at the bottom and make sure the edges are even. And if you're watching this live, I would love it if you would just say hi in the comment section. Let me know you're here. If you're watching the replay, give me a thumbs up or a heart or a smiley face. And I would love it if you comment too, because that helps me to know who I'm reaching. All right. This one is not a hard one. You're just adhering that smaller strip of designer series paper to the bottom of the smaller piece of cardstock. Hi, Kay. I see you. Did you get your supplies ready? Are you making the card? All right. Hopefully you've gotten your smaller designer series paper adhered to the bottom of the smaller cardstock, and make sure the edges are even on the bottom. Good. I'm glad you are. All right, here we go. Clue 3. You are going to need your trimmer or your scorer for this. You're going to score the square designer series paper from corner to corner, dividing it in half, and then fold and burnish that piece. So your other piece of designer series paper, which is your square, your 3 3/4 inch square, you're going to score that right down the middle from corner to corner. That'll divide it in half, and you're going to fold it and burnish it. So take advantage of free shipping today. It's for $75 or more orders. But that saves you $6 to no telling what in shipping costs. And that's a really good deal. All right. So hopefully you've gotten this scored and folded. You got it, Kay? All right. All right. And so next we're going to put adhesive on the inside of the back half of the square. So you need to decide which side you want to show. And you're going to put adhesive on the back side, on the back half of the square, just on half of it, and attach it to the back of the 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock so that half of it folds over the top. So you're just creating a flap at the top. Put adhesive on the back half and attach it to the back of that cardstock where you've got the other strip at the bottom. Attach it to the back so that half of it folds over the top. So you're almost going to have an envelope look. Almost an envelope look. but you're going to have your 2 pieces of designer series paper showing, or part of the folded one. So we got a call last night from our son, and there's a possibility, and the circumstances are crazy, but that they may come this weekend just for a visit, not for Christmas. But our granddaughter is going on a mission trip, and she's leaving over the holidays, and she wants to see her grandparents. So they're thinking about making a trip with her here, just so she can see her other grandparents and us. So I'm trying to get things in order so that there are beds, I don't have wrapping paper all over the beds, and you know how that goes. I'm just trying to get all that done. All right. And they may not even come. Well, I just don't know. I won't know till later today, probably. Oh, what have you done wrong? We'll cut you another square, 3 3/8 inch square of your designer series paper. Score it from corner to corner, which will allow you to fold it in half, and then put adhesive on half of that on the back side, not the side you want to show, but on the back side. Adhere that to the back of your 4 5 1/4 inch cardstock and fold it over the top. I'm sorry. This is the hardest part of it. This is the hardest part, just getting this on. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead. So you're going to place a strip of adhesive from top to bottom, centered on the back side of this same piece of cardstock that we've been working on. You're going to put a piece of adhesive from the top to the bottom, and you're going to place, and you want it centered because you're going to put your ribbon over this adhesive. Center your ribbon over this too, because it's going to come around to the front. So this is how you're going to secure your ribbon. So you're just going to place a strip of adhesive from the top to the bottom, centered on the back side of this same, the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper. And you're going to place the ribbon over this adhesive. I would spread it out, put my piece down on top of it so that my ribbon is evenly, even. So you can bring it around and tie it. I'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, I hope you're going to have time to get caught up. But you know what? If it's not going the way you think it should, then just go with it, and you'll have a very different, something that'll be even more different. And they're all going to be different. All of these cards are going to look different. All right. So hopefully you've got your ribbon now secured to the back side of that 4 by 5 1/4 inch designer series paper. All right. Next clue. Now you're going to adhere this piece that we've been working with, the 4 by 5 1/4 piece, you're going to adhere this piece ribbon side down to the other piece of cardstock. So you're going to adhere that piece with your 2 Designer Series paper patterns on it. You're going to adhere it ribbon side down where you put that strip on the back, ribbon side down to the other piece of cardstock. So now that piece of cardstock is matted. And you look like you have an envelope. Okay, well, you can just watch and see what it looks like. I'm sorry that it was confusing. All right, so you should have this piece, that 4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock, adhered to the main piece of cardstock, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, ribbon side down to the other piece of cardstock. All right. So now you should add a sentiment, if you desire it, under the flap. So under that flap of the square piece of Designer Series paper, you can add a sentiment under that. If your cardstock is too dark, then you can put it on white or very vanilla and add it under there. But you can add your sentiment underneath that flap. And sometimes I'll leave my cards like this without a sentiment, so I can add something that I need later on. I think the 2 samples that I made, the sentiment kind of went with the theme of the card, and so I went ahead and added them. But you don't have to do that. All right. So hopefully you've got a sentiment added underneath your flap. We're almost done. Almost. So next, these images that you stamped and die cut or fussy cut, you're going to arrange them on the bottom piece of Designer Series paper as desired. And I arranged mine so the flap doesn't cover them up. So I put them on each side. And once you get them arranged the way you want them, then attach them with dimensionals. So this is where you take those little images that you stamped and die cut or fussy cut, and add them to the bottom, to that bottom strip of Designer Series paper. You just don't want the flap to cover them up. I'll give you a minute for that. So hopefully you've got those images arranged the way you want them on the bottom. And you'll adhere them with dimensionals, or you can glue it down if you want to, or some of them with dimensionals and some of them glued down. However you want to do it. This is your card. It's not a Hallmark card. It's a homemade card. And whoever gets it will know the love and time that you put into this. All right. So you've arranged your images on the bottom and you've got them attached, adhered with dimensionals or glue. And last but not least, any embellishments that you may want, gems or sequins or anything like that that you may want on it, add those. Tie the ribbon in front to finish the card. I had to add that because I'd forgotten to put that on. So add any embellishments that you may want to add. Tie your ribbon, and I just tied it in a real loose knot. I didn't have enough ribbon to make a bow. You'd have to do more than 15 inches if you want a bow. But you want them to be able to easily undo the ribbon. So I suggest a real loose knot. All right. So I hope if you're watching that you've played along, that you've been able to do this. I hope I didn't confuse you too much like I did Kay. And hopefully you've got your card ready. So now I'm ready to show you my samples. So this is the first one that I did. I love this new Seaside Bay. What's the name of it? I never know the exact names. It is By the Sea, By the Bay, 6x6 designer series paper, By the Bay. It's in the new catalog, the new mini catalog, and I absolutely love it. And that Seaside Bay set has this oyster, and it also includes these flat back pearls, so you can put a pearl in your oyster. It's got the birds, the little ocean birds. It includes this ribbon, which is balmy blue and white. And I'm trying to get this untied. I made it very loose. It should be very easy. And then the sentiment, you're a pearl, rare and precious. So like I say, that sentiment went with the oyster and the pearl. So I used it. And then I put a couple more flat back pearl. I don't know if you can see this paper. Let me get my paper. One side of the paper is just your regular pattern. The other side, it shimmers. And yeah, I think you can see it as I move it back and forth. It's got a shimmer to it, a shine. So that's that piece. There's this piece that I used on my flap and just a pattern on the back, which makes it really easy to use with the set. Let's see. So I've used some of these. This one has a shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see it or not. And the back is just a bunch of shells. Let's see. This one has the gold. Isn't that pretty? The back is like waves. This one has gold. Shiny gold on it. And the back is crabs and mussels and oysters in that balmy blue. And this one has a swirl of fish. Goldfish. Shiny goldfish, and the back is just the colors. the blues and the greens. And let's see. Yeah, I've shown you that one. Oh no, this one is the crabs and the mussels and the oysters, but it's got gold, lines of gold, swirly lines of gold all through it that are shiny. And the back is this wood look. So that's a great look too for these cards. Let's see. And this is a blue with it's a knot of navy and touches of balmy blue with some lines through it that are shiny. And the back is this gorgeous piece that you can do lots with. This one has swirly lines in it. And the back is the, what are these? Some kind of shells, mussels, maybe. So it's got those. You've seen that one. And this one is a different, no, it's the same swirly goldfish. This one, yeah, and it's got the colored oysters and conches and, okay. And this is another pattern like this blue, but it's a beige. And the back is more swirlies, lots of swirlies. And then those are pieces I've used. So that paper, it's 6x6 paper, and it is gorgeous. So many potential. Anyway, so back to this. So I'm just going to tie this one back in a simple knot. If my chapped fingers will let me do it. There we go. Real simple knot. And the bird, this bird actually came out of the designer series paper. And I didn't even show you that one. Let's see. Oh, that was, I must have skipped right over that because, let me find the paper with the bird. How did I miss that? I know I haven't used all the birds. There it is. Okay, so this has a different color background for the fish swirling around. And on this side, you've got your crabs and you've got your birds. And the die in the set cuts out this bird. Actually, the die in the set cuts out the crab too, I think. But anyway, so I used the die. However, you could fussy cut that bird. It would not be hard to do. So that's that one. And then the other one that I did is using one of our oldie but goodies, the Happy Hedgehog. And so I wanted a whimsical card too, using bright colors. So I used Mango Melody and Calypso Coral. And I did fussy cut the bird, but I used the punch for the hedgehog. That set comes with a punch. And then let me get this undone. And I'll show you my inside. Like I said, these were both specific to the designer series paper or the images that I used. And I put a butterfly right on the flap there and used some gems. Finding a friend is the best discovery of all. So I thought that was just really sweet. And I loved how this paper, I was able to use the back side, so it really did coordinate. All right. So those are the ones I did. I think they're just really cute. They're different because you don't open it up. And so you can put your sentiment on the back. You could put a piece of white on the back and put your sentiment on the back if you wanted to write. Or you could just sign it right under here and let this be your sentiment. Let this be your message. All right. I won't tie that right now. So, I do hope that you will enjoy making these cards. I could just think of so many different ways to use this. So anyway, and Kay, I hope you'll go back. I hope you'll go back and finish your card, recut your piece, whatever you did, and finish your card. And if you're watching the replay on this, I would love to see a picture. You can go over to my group page, Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings and Designs, and you can post a picture there. Or you can go to my blog and post a picture on my blog. Here's my blog. Let's see. This is my blog, stampindeedespot.blogspot.com. You can go to my blog, and I will have all of the measurements and everything on the blog, and you can post a picture of your card there. I would love to see it. Love to see it. All right. Well, I will be back again next Thursday with a technique. So be sure and tune in next Thursday morning, and we'll have some technique fun. And gosh, then it'll be almost Christmas. So I hope you're getting everything done and that you're able to sit back and enjoy this season. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. And if you need any help, I would love to help you. So just message me or text me or anyway. All right. Bye-bye.